Simmer down, simmer down, simmer down now. Simmer down now, simmer down now. Simmer down, quiet dog by a heart, my God. Sit in the rocket, don't stop. Brooklyn in the kitchen, heat up the stove top. Bang in the Empire State, the navigating the way. Your preservation make the greatest hip hop. They cool dude, swagger, love, charity, corny.
Hi, my name is Jordan. Welcome to my channel. It's called Photoshop Guides Plus, as you can see on the screen. And I'm going to be updating this channel weekly for all the Photoshop needs you can imagine. It's going to be all tutorials. They're going to be in-depth, all in 720p. I haven't quite decided yet if I'm going to go to 1080p because I tested this out already and I uploaded to YouTube. And it already looks pretty good in 720p, and I think you can pretty much make out all the words on the screen and you can see everything I'm doing. So I'm probably going to stick to 720. One, because it's quicker to render and upload to YouTube, and second, just because it's kind of just a waste to put it in 1080p and it'll take longer for it to load on your end, and some people have slow internet connections, and I know how that feels because mine's pretty slow. So okay. But anyway, I'll get into what this channel's gonna be. It's basically gonna be, you know, like just Photoshop tutorials generally. Like I might be doing a couple of tutorials on how to create YouTube layouts. You know, how to do photo retouching, how to change eye color, hair color, how to make your own desktop backgrounds, kind of like this one right here. You see this Lil Wayne one. I don't know if you're a fan of Lil Wayne or not. I didn't make this, but I will be teaching things close to this nature, just by starting with a Lil Wayne photo, and then or anybody, and just adding effects, and it'll look even better than this. I don't know where I got this from, but you know, it looks a little staticky and looks a little distorted. But I mean, the ones that I'll teach you how to do, I'll have you doing professional ones. They'll look better than this. So that's pretty much what my channel is going to be about. I guess what I'll do to begin is just do a simple blending options to make these letters look pretty cool. As you can see, they're pretty simple. They're just white text. But I want them to, you know, really pop or really stand out. So I will start by right-clicking on my layer, which is the text layer. And you can see right here that it is the layer with the words in it because it's got the same, you know, you can tell. So keep that the way it is. Right click, go to blending options, and I will start out with a drop shadow effect. I'll check that off. Now click on drop shadow and you'll get some options. I'm going to keep it the way it is. The default on yours, depending on your version of Photoshop, should be 75, I'm pretty sure, but anything close to that will look pretty good for what we're trying to do. So I'm going to keep it at 75. I don't know what the default angle should be, but it really doesn't matter in my situation because as you can see the text changing, it really doesn't matter so much. I mean, it'll look good regardless. I'm going to keep everything else the same, whatever your default is. Now I'm going to add a stroke. Now I'm going to click on stroke after I check it off. And I'm probably going to stay, you know, if you can go up to 7. I mean, you can go really high, like, you can go ridiculous. And it just looks, you know, overdone. Now, this looks okay. I will go down to a 2. And I will keep all this stuff the same. And I'm going to change the color. I guess I'll go with a nice, how about a nice black? That looks good. Okay, I'm going to click OK, and then I could stay this way, or I could go ahead and add a gradient overlay, which will change what the text looks like inside. So I will double click on this bar right here, just double click on that, and this little window will pop up, and what you see is this bar down here. If you want to make your custom, you know, fade, you double click on the bar you want to change, and you can pretty much pick any color you want it to start with. So say I want, or actually this is the end of it, so I want it to end with going into a red. Or actually no, I'll do blue. I'll do blue, and then I'll kind of move it into a lighter blue. And then what I want to do with this one is double click, and I want to go back to that blue, about the same kind of blue, and I want to move it up a little bit to make it a little darker, a little brighter, So you can see that conversion that's going on there. Actually, I guess I have to redo that. Okay, I'll pick that again. Go to blue, light, dull shade of blue, and then for this one, do a darker, more vibrant, if you will, shade of blue, and hit OK. Hit OK, and that's pretty much all the settings you need to change. All the defaults should be good. So hit OK, and you got some pretty custom text. Looks a lot better. The background layer is just kind of like a wood paneling I found for the purpose of this video. So yeah, from there, you just save it, whatever format you want. I advise that you save your files in Photoshop format. You click save, and then after you click save, do it again, and then save it in a JPEG format. So for the purpose of, if you want to put it on your website or however you're using the photo or the image. And that's pretty much it. So what you just saw was basically what one of my videos will consist of. I'm using Photoshop CS3, so any version you have will work fine with it. I'm not totally sure if you're not in the CS series, say you have like Photoshop 8 or Photoshop 9, it may be a lot different. I advise that you get Photoshop CS3 if you intend on following these tutorials. I'm not saying you couldn't if you had Photoshop 8, I just don't know the older programs that well. I do know that if you have CS4 or CS5, these tutorials should be easy. The programs look slightly different. The things will be in different places. If it's a big enough change, I might note it in the video. I might make note of it so that you know. But it shouldn't be that big of an issue. It should be pretty self-explanatory. Things should be close to the same places. It's just, it's pretty much backwards compatible, and I figure if I don't use CS5, then people in other versions can follow me. That way, if there's a new feature in CS5 that CS3 doesn't have, there won't be a problem because I won't be using the newer one. So, but it's still generally the same program, and there shouldn't be any problems, so that should be fine. Thank you for looking at my video. I really hope you subscribe. Take that chance and try to watch a couple of my videos if you're into Photoshop. I hope you take a chance with this. I did my own channel layout if you want to check that out. But the first video should be coming very soon. So please like this video and comment if you want and tell me what you think. Tell me anything I need to do different. Maybe even just some positive feedback, bad feedback. Any feedback's good. And subscribe if you really want to. I highly advise that you do for obvious reasons. But thanks and peace.